time for the Swain High Lady Devils softball team. Gary Ayers along with head coach Toby Burrell. And coach, as you know, and you're no stranger to the playoffs, thank goodness a great run here. 4 consecutive Smoky Mountain Conference titles, 3 consecutive years undefeated in conference play. Your girls have to be pretty confident coming into this game.
Well, they are, but it's like we talked about just a minute ago before the game started. It's the second season. All that means nothing now. The only thing that matters is being alive tomorrow. And that's what we've stressed for the last couple of days, and we want to pick our intensity level up a little bit tonight. We want to be a little more intense than we were during the regular season, and really take care of the stuff that we need to do to be successful.
Right. Now this is a brand new season, even though we have played Andrews twice season, once in the Smoky Mountain Conference tournament. How do you explain to your girls this really is a new atmosphere, even though it's the same Andrews team?
Well, I think the tournament really did a lot to help us with that. The Murphy game and the Rosman game, where the intensity level was a little higher, and we had to up our level of play a little bit and step up, as the saying goes. I think that was a lot to do with it, and we talked about it after that game, that was the kind of intensity level we're going to need from here on out. And I think that just goes with us taking those tournament games as the beginning of the playoff, actually. And our theory has always been we don't control who we play. All we can do is play. We can control how we play, and that's what our goal is tonight and every night, is to control how we play.
Okay. Now coming in, of course, this time of the year, a lot of people have injury problems, beat up from the regular season. What is the status of some of your injured players? Because I know we've dealt with that all season long.
Well, we have, and it's nothing new for us. It's fortunate for us to have a deep squad and be able to overcome some of those injuries. Lauren Manley's out again tonight, and her status is uncertain until that she shows enough improvement that the doctors feel comfortable releasing her. So we're not looking for her tonight, or probably not even if we're fortunate enough to win Friday night. Kelly Jones is a little banged up after the Murphy game, but she'll go tonight, and she's a trooper, and she'll go. And I was kidding with them after the ball game, and you were there. Of course, you know this, but we spent 45 minutes trying to get out of the dugout, getting our infielders iced down after the ball game was over. So it's one of those things where it's like I told them the next day in practice. I said, "Heck, y'all are just warriors. You're warriors. You're going to come out here and hurt a little bit and be tired a little bit, but you're going to keep playing and keep fighting and keep trying to advance." And I'm real proud of them for that.
Yeah. Is Katie Jo getting better? I know she has suffered a little bit, but she looked good in the tournament there.
Well, I think the biggest thing is she was released by the doctors, that there's nothing permanent damage-wise going on, and she can go on and do the things she needs to do as long as she can deal with the swelling. And after the tournament, she had a little bit of swelling, and it's subsided a little bit. She'll go tonight at third for us, and we'll look to get her some innings as well, because we got to keep both of them pitching well the rest of the way, and we're going to try to get both of them work.
Right. Now, a lot of fans, I know coaches hate to talk about this, and rightfully so, but a lot of fans like to know, okay, if we win, what happens in the next game? Can you give us a best-case scenario for the next 2 or 3 games as far as maybe where we play in particular?
Well, we'll try. Of course, the winner tonight's game will play the winner of Avery and not Polk, but Avery and Hendersonville. And if we win, that'll be here. Okay. Either way we go. And then down the road a little bit is Cherryville, who will play. If they win, they'll play the winner of Rosman and Hayesville at Cherryville, and then the winner of that one will play the winner of our versus Hendersonville, that type of thing. Okay. Might be better for me stammering through it than just find the brackets online and look it up for yourself.
So it looks like we play a couple of games tonight and Friday, and then possibly on Tuesday, if Cherryville and our Lady Devils win, we would play at Cherryville for that contest, which, again, if things happen like people think they might, that's a real possibility.
Yeah, if you're an expert and you've done this work on paper and played the games on paper, then yeah, that's sort of the way it lays out.
Yeah. Now, Coach, I know your girls again are coming in riding a good wave here. We had a good run in the tournament, even though it was a challenge. The tournament was a good challenge. I think our girls still ultimately want a return trip to Walnut Creek, even though that's a ways down the road.
Well, the goals of our program changed a couple of years ago, and it went from winning conference to trying to win state, and that's been their goal all along from the get-go. And we met a couple of weeks ago and reiterated that fact and got back on the same page. We felt like we'd strayed a little bit with our goals, and that happens. The season's a long season. I like to say it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Right. So you can't sprint out of the gate. You got to kind of take it slow, and now it's time to put our kick run on. And so that's obviously something we talked about, is getting back there, and that's a goal for these girls, and that's what they want ultimately, is get back there. And I think they feel that they're competitive enough and have been able to win games in a way that can compete on a state level. In terms of our defense and our pitching has been very strong this year, and we've got key hits when we needed them, and we think that's a good sign for if we get down there being able to do some good things. But the road there is never easy. We found that over the years, and it certainly won't be easy this year.
Yeah, Coach, good luck tonight. Got to take them one at a time ultimately, right?
Exactly, and that's the way we're looking at it. Is this is the first round of the playoffs, and there's no tomorrow, and you can't overlook anything.
That's right. Fans, stay tuned. We have the first pitch coming up. Swain and Andrews right here at Swain County High School coming up next. Okay, fans, welcome back as we're ready for pitch number 1 here, as our Lady Devils are going to be on defense, of course, batting in the bottom of the first inning, as Andrews will be the visiting team. And Andrews, of course, as we mentioned, we have beaten these girls 3 times already this year, twice in the regular season and once in the Smoky Mountain Conference Tournament. Swing and a miss as Kristen Cook is starting this afternoon for our girls at the pitching position. Rounding out the defense, of course, Kristen Cook at pitcher. Behind the plate is going to be Kayla Myers, who is having a great season. Pitch high from Kristen there. And down at first base, Jordan Barker. Over at second base, Kayla Jones, the only senior to have played all 4 years and been a starter for this championship team. Kayla Jones at second. Over at third base is going to be Katie Jo Moss. At shortstop is Courtney Barker, as the first out is going to be for Meredith Wood of Andrews. In the outfield, left field is going to be Diana Jones. In center is Kayla Stevens and Kayla Crawley over in right field here this afternoon. Another swing and a miss. Kristen Cook has the K thing going. And it's kind of funny. The K signs are down here on the ground just outside the outfield fence, but we don't have. Here's a high pop up. Kristen Cook under it, easy out number 2. So that was Tanya Garcia, by the way, for the Lady Wildcats of Andrews, coached by longtime coach Ken Soulsby and assisted by John McClendon, who used to live and work right here in Swain County. A lot of you remember John. Worked with Farm Bureau. He was the Farm Bureau agent at the Farm Bureau office up on Highway 19 between Bryson City and Neighbors. He was here many years, and great sports fan and a great guy and a great friend as well. So good to see John McClendon over there, and we're going to hassle him after we beat him for the 4th straight time today here at Swain High. Anna Purser now batting for Andrews with nobody on and 2 out in the top of the first inning. Next door, it's also playoff time for our Maroon Devil baseball team, ranked number 1 in the state. There's a big swing and a miss. Easy. 3 up and 3 down. We'll talk more about baseball as the game continues. Our Lady Devils are coming to bat in just a moment. Fans, here we go. The Lady Devils lead off. What can I say? Kayla Myers leads off with a base hit right up the middle, and our Lady Devils waste no time at all in getting some people on base. Of course, that's nothing new for Kayla Myers, who is just rocking and rolling all season long. Her stats are just incredible, and we'll check those again here in just a minute. But Kayla Myers has been the leading hitter for average in all of Western North Carolina. She goes down to second base, and she is in safely as Courtney Barker is at the plate. But again, what a season for Kayla Myers at the plate this year. She has just had a fabulous year, only a sophomore now, but again, just an incredible year with the bat. She takes a lead off second now as Courtney Barker, our starting shortstop, steps out of the box, looks down to third base, and Coach Toby Burrell for a little word of advice. But again, the statistics on our girls this year have just been mind-boggling, so to speak. For example, this year Kayla Myers is hitting .685. She was hitting close to .800 just 3 or 4 weeks ago. So still, .685 is a mind-boggling number. Pitch high, pitching this afternoon for the Andrews Lady Wildcats is Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick is starting this afternoon for the Lady Wildcats, coming in as a basically a wild card team. Not a real successful season this year for the Lady Wildcats. As we mentioned, we have beaten them easily 3 times. That ball is going to be fouled by Kristen Cook now already, as Courtney Barker is down at first base. got on the easy way. Kristen Cook batting, 2 on, nobody out here. That's the thing about softball. You look up and all of a sudden something new has happened. Pitch in, it's going to be low as Kayla jumps off second again. Courtney down at first. Kristen Cook batting, our starting pitcher. Now, according to Coach Toby Burrell, she probably will not pitch the whole game, as we expect Katie Jo Moss to come in and get some work as well, just to keep both pitchers sharp here in the playoffs. So we do expect to see Katie Jo a little bit later in the game to get some playoff experience, because it's a long road between here and Walnut Creek, as we were talking about on the pregame show. There's a shot going into deep left field. It's going to be between the players, between left and center field. One run is going to score. Throw is going to be coming in, but everybody is going to be safe, and our Lady Devils are already on the scoreboard. Kristen Cook with a stand-up double and the first RBI of the game, and I do expect to see a lot of RBIs this afternoon. Kristen Cook is going to come out of the lineup now, and coming on to run for her is going to be Auburn Lowe. Runners on second and third. Courtney Barker over at third. Now Auburn down at second. And Jordan Barker, our cleanup hitter, now batting with runners on second and third. Still nobody out. Our Lady Devils starting off with a big first inning here after they shut down Andrews 3 up and 3 down in the top half of the first. But talking more about baseball, our number 1 ranked Maroon Devil baseball team hosting Hendersonville this afternoon in the nearby field. So we're both playing teams that are basically wearing red. Hendersonville Bearcats. Our boys, of course, have already won one playoff game. They beat Avery County, I believe it was, last Friday without any trouble. And I really expect the same thing tonight here in the second round of the baseball playoffs, and as well in the first round of the softball playoffs. Up the middle, another base hit. 2 more runs are in, and the Lady Devils again are just off to a hot start. 2 RBIs for Jordan Barker with that single up the middle. And this one could be a very, very quick game this afternoon. Earlier this season, back in March, we beat Andrews 17-1. Then on April 23rd, we beat Andrews 16-3. And pitch in there as Kayla Jones is at the plate. And then we played Andrews again in the Smoky Mountain Conference tournament, winning 10-0. And that's a game where Kristen Cook had a perfect game in 6 innings. She struck out 9 of 18 batters faced, and as well had a pretty good night at the plate with a double and 2 RBIs. As our Lady Devils scored 6 runs in the second, 4 in the sixth in that win, 10-0 in the tournament against Andrews. So we have beaten Andrews pretty handily 3 times. As Jordan Barker dances off first a little bit. 3 runs in, and still nobody out. Kayla Jones batting, Kayla Crawley on deck. It's back-to-back Kaylas here in the first inning. And again, Kilpatrick pitching for Andrews. That one is going to be in the dirt, and easily down to second base is going to be Jordan Barker. Now, the last time we played Andrews, Whitaker was the starting pitcher. She is not starting this afternoon. Instead, we're seeing Kilpatrick on the mound. So a different change in strategy, if you will, by head coach Ken Soulsby of Andrews. Pitch high from Kilpatrick as Barker is down at second. Kayla Jones, again, the only senior on this team who is now down at first base with another walk, as Kayla Crawley is batting. But Kayla Jones, 4-year starter, and just has been a real cornerstone on the softball team that is trying to make it back to Walnut Creek for the 3rd season in a row. Pitch inside, missing, and right now the Andrews pitcher Kilpatrick is having a control problem, and if this continues, this game is going to be ugly really, really quick. It's hard enough to get our Lady Devils out when you're pitching great. This one is a pop-up over the shortstop's head. It's going to be dropping in for a base hit as, getting tagged out at third base. Tough one there for Jordan Barker. She thought it was going to be caught. She had to hold up, and it's going to be thrown out down at third base. But Kayla Crawley now at first base. Kayla Jones down at second, and Katie Jo Moss is coming up to bat. But only 1 down and already 3 runs in. And still runners at first and second. We'll try to keep tabs on the baseball game. There's a high pop-up that's going to be right at the center fielder who has it for out number 2. So Katie Jo flies out to center field. Good catch out there by Marissa Morgan. Got Marissa playing center field and Carissa playing behind the camera. So batting now with 2 down is going to be Diana Jones, as Diana is hitting with runners at first and second. See if we can get a couple more in here in the first inning. Over in the baseball game in the first inning, our Devils are already quickly on top of Hendersonville, 2-0. As we mentioned, we expect both these games not to be the toughest we've seen all year, to say the least. There's another base hit. Everybody is going to hold. We have ducks on the pond. The bases are loaded for Kayla Stevens, who will be batting now again. Bases loaded, 2 down. Kayla, a slap hitter, having a great season for our ladies. As we look at some of the batting averages, they're just really, really, really impressive. As she starts to slap at that one, but lays off the pitch. Kayla hitting .448, and again, as a slap hitter, that's a fantastic average. Pitch outside, everybody stays. But just telling you some of the averages, Kayla Myers hitting .685, Kristen Cook .333, Jordan Barker .343, Lauren Manley, who is still injured with that concussion, hitting .500, Kayla Jones at .292, Kayla Stevens .448, that pitch is in high. Courtney Barker hitting .351, Kayla Crawley batting .339, Auburn Lowe at .293, Katie Jo Moss .344. Just an impressive lineup here. Our team average, for example, is .392. That tells you, and there's another walk, and that's going to walk in a run. So as we mentioned, Andrews still having some control problems from Kilpatrick. So in the first inning alone, that is 1, 2, 3 walks now issued by Andrews, and that is the first one in for a run. But the Lady Devils on top, 4-0, an impressive first inning. Everybody is batted. Kayla Myers, we go back to the top of the lineup now. And Kayla Myers at the plate. As we mentioned, Kayla hitting .685, a team-leading 39 RBIs, 40 runs, a slugging percentage of 1.137. There's a hard shot to second base. Second baseman has it over to first. This one is going to be in time, and we wind up the first inning. But not before the Lady Devils strike for 4, and we lead over Andrews 4-0 with the top of the second coming up. Fans, it was an easy first inning for our Lady Devils as we jump out in front easily, 4-0 over Andrews. Andrews had a 1-2-3 inning in their top of the first. And let's see what happens here in the top of the second, as Andrews will have their 4, 5, and 6 batters. Marissa Morgan, Reagan Jordan, and Lindsey Chance batting here in the second. There's a foul ball. If that fence hadn't been there, might have got Buddy Burrell or Jim Inslee back there behind the fence. I'm not sure. They look too comfortable back there behind home plate, with the best seat in the house, to say the least. True softball fans. Swing and a miss. There's another strikeout today, and already that is strikeout number 3 for Kristen Cook, who is just smoking them by Andrews. That's about all you can say. It's about all you can say. She has 3 strikeouts already. They hit a pop-up, so far she is having another good game against Andrews. She pitched 2 of the 3 games against Andrews, which we won. And in one of those, as we mentioned, she had a perfect game, beating Andrews 10-0 in the Smoky Mountain Conference Tournament. Perfect game in 6 innings, striking out 9 of the 18 batters she faced. And that is just a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence, a perfect game. Most people never see one, much less pitch one. Pitch in for a strike from Kristen Cook. Good defense right behind her, of course. And as a matter of fact, looking at Toby Burrell's stats, I think that might be there is another strikeout. Wow, they're coming so fast we can't even keep up with them here. But another strikeout. Jordan going down, Reagan Jordan. Now Lindsey Chance hitting for the Andrews Lady Wildcats. But I want to say that's either the first or second perfect game in Swain High fast pitch softball history. Pitch in for a strike now to Chance, hitting for Andrews. And so far, they've only hit 1 ball actually in play. That was a pop-up to the pitcher. So big swing and a miss. Kristen Cook is just mowing them down here this afternoon. They have not had a base runner yet. Another swing and a miss. Again, a 1-2-3 inning. And Kristen Cook has right now been the worst enemy the Andrews Lady Wildcats have had this afternoon. Stay tuned. Bottom of the second on the way. Fans, welcome back. We have played 1.5. Our Lady Devils right now on top 4-zip, rather. Check that, 4-0 over the Lady Wildcats of Andrews. Over in the men's baseball game, 2-0. Our guys over Hendersonville. We have side-by-side playoff games. And again, two of the top-ranked teams in the state. Our girls are ranked number 3 in the state. Our boys are ranked number 1 in the state. And we're both number 1 seeds coming into the playoffs here this year. Our boys have already won one playoff game, beating Avery County Friday, Hendersonville tonight. And we wish them the best over in their game. Our girls, our first playoff game tonight against a Smoky Mountain Conference opponent, Andrews. High fly. This one is going to be caught in center field. So that is out number 1 as Courtney Barker flies out to center field. Makes you think of the old John Fogerty song, Center Field. They play it at every baseball stadium in the country, I think. And rightfully so. It's a good baseball song. Batting now is going to be Kristen Cook, who has had just a fabulous day pitching. She has struck out 5 of the 6 batters she has faced. She lofts one high in the air, and it's going to be caught by the shortstop. Actually, pretty good catch over there by shortstop Anna Purser over at shortstop. So, wow, two outs now. Kind of hard to believe after we batted around in the first inning that we have 2 outs quickly. Jordan Barker batting now. Jordan had a single with 2 RBIs her first time up. This one is fouled off. In the first inning, Kayla Myers singled. Courtney Barker walked. Kristen Cook had a double and an RBI. Jordan Barker a single, 2 RBIs. Kayla Jones walked. Kayla Crawley a single. Katie Jo Moss fly to center field. Diana Jones single. Kayla Stevens walked, and then Kayla came back up again and grounded to first base. Busy first inning, as that pitch is going to be in the dirt for Kilpatrick. Maybe Kilpatrick is kind of settling down a little bit. She had a tough first inning pitching for Andrews, as she walked 3 of the first batting around lineup our Devils put at the plate. Pitch high is going to be a ball. Now, as you heard Coach Toby Burrell in the pregame, if we win today, we would play again on Friday right here at Swain County High School. So our first 2 games are definitely at home. Pitch outside. That one is going to be in the dirt. And then the third game, and I know coaches hate to do this, but our third game we would play at Cherryville, which would be, I think, quite a competitive game. That would be a huge game, I think, for our softball team. And there is a walk as Jordan Barker is on base now. 1 on with 2 out, and our Lady Devils in the lead 4-0. Our baseball team seems to have a similar situation. If we keep winning, we probably would be playing Cherryville. Again, it would probably be at Cherryville. And that's the team that put our baseball team out of the playoffs last year. So a little revenge playing into the baseball situation. But that is a real possibility, I think, down the road. Our baseball and softball teams would be playing against Cherryville. Pickoff throw down to first, not in time, as Jordan makes it back easily. But our girls have just had such an incredible run here in the last several years, actually. Not just the last 3 years, but the last several years. There's a shot at the shortstop. That one's red hot. She can't find the handle. And in there is going to be Kayla Jones. She just tore the cover off that shot, and the shortstop was just handcuffed. What can you say? She could not make a play on that. Runners on first and second now with Kayla Crawley batting. Kayla got on with a single last time. Pitch inside, just missing. But the last several years have been great. Coach Toby Burrell in his 7th year as head coach, 5 Smoky Mountain Conference titles, 145 wins, only 43 losses overall during that 7-year stretch. 99-12 in Smoky Mountain Conference play over Coach Burrell's 7 years. 99 wins, only 12 losses, 4 straight Smoky Mountain Conference titles. And the accolades continue as now Jordan gets back at second base. During this 4-year title run, our Smoky Mountain Conference record is 69-1. That is just mind-boggling. 69-1. High Pop is going to be in play. Second baseman is there. And we end the second here with no runs on board. Our Lady Devils will be back on defense on the top of the third, leading Andrews 4-0. Welcome back. We're in the top of the third, 4-0. Our Lady Devils on top. Kristen Cook is still pitching a real gem here. Only one person has actually hit the ball today. That was in Fairtorrey. Big swing and a miss there for, this is Erica Hicks batting now. Again, we are in the top of the third. Our Lady Devils on top. 4-0. Big swing and a miss, and there's another strikeout. The K's keep on coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts in 7 batters faced here this afternoon. But, and that's the way you like it. That's all we can say. Hey, our best wishes go out to Lauren Manley. I know she has still not been released to play due to her concussion. Another swing and a miss. Right now, the Andrews batters are just swinging so far behind Kristen Cook's pitches. It's just, it's not even close. I'll put it that way. It's almost sad. They are just really missing late on Kristen Cook's pitches. They're just not there. They're going to have to really get on top of these pitches because she's just blowing them by. And there's 3 straight pitches, and Caitlin Williams goes down with a strikeout. Now their pitcher, Kilpatrick, coming up. But hey, Kristen Cook is having a fabulous season. Looking at some of her statistics from a pitcher's perspective, she is 20. Let me see. No, check that. She is 14-0. We're 20-2 overall. Kristen Cook is 14-0. Katie Joe is 6-2. Earned run average-wise, Kristen is 1.23 ERA, 25 walks, 138 strikeouts for a 14-0 record. Just a fabulous record. Katie Joe is probably going to pitch some this afternoon. She is 6-2 with a 1.54 ERA. There's actually a ball in play. This one is caught by the shortstop over there, getting under it, Courtney Barker, for another 1-2-3 inning. And Andrew scoreless with our Lady Devils coming to bat in just a moment. All right, fans, here we go. Our Lady Devils in control right now. 4-0, bottom of the third. And Kilpatrick still pitching for Andrews as she got us out last inning, though. We got a couple of base runners on, but couldn't put any runs across the plate. So, again, maybe she's settling down a little bit as batting now is going to be, let's see, is that Katie Joe at the plate? I believe so. Katie Joe Moss flying to center field last time. And Coach Toby Burrell told us that Katie Joe will be coming on to pitch some later in the game. Wants both of his pitchers, Kristen and Katie Joe, to be sharp. That pitch is going to be fouled away right behind our fan section over in the dugout as our girls are over there. And they're always a fun bunch. They make a lot of noise, and they're fun to be around and listen to. So Kilpatrick again still pitching. That one is going to be high. That one is going to be dropping in for a base hit. Good base hit for Katie Joe Moss. Way to start off the third inning here. So Katie Joe gets on, bringing up Diana Jones, and following Diana is going to be Kayla Stevens. But again, a good night for softball and baseball. Hardly any wind at all. The sun is behind the clouds, so we don't have to look into the sun. Of course, at 7:30, sun is down anyway, so what the heck. Runner on first. No out here in the third. That pitch is in for a call strike. But talking more about some of the numbers these girls have really put together over the last several years. These girls have had 3 straight 20-win seasons, and as you know, we're looking for a third straight trip down to Walnut Creek near Raleigh, North Carolina. Pitch inside for a ball there. Throw down a first, not in time. But 3 straight 20-win seasons. And to tell you how dominant this team has been, 5 runs are the most given up by the Lady Devils in a game this season. Only 5 runs. 8 shutouts this year, which has tied a school record for most shutouts in a season. 21 runs given up in 18 conference games this season. Only 14 unearned runs. 27 earned runs given up in 22 games total this year. A .406 team batting average in conference games. There's a ground ball to short, over to second, got one. As Katie Jo will head to the dugout. Not much way to make it to second on that one. So Diana grounds into a forced play at second base. One down now with Kayla Stevens coming to bat. And to tell you how good our defense has been, only 20 total errors, .955 team fielding percentage in conference games. In other words, we beat you with our defense, we beat you with our pitching, and we beat you with our bats. And we beat you with our coaching, too. I'll add that in without a doubt. There's a pop-up that's going to be caught by the catcher coming out for Andrews there with a nice grab. Is there behind the plate person, Tanya Garcia, as Kayla Stevens pops out to the catcher. So 2 down now. We go back to the top of the lineup, and Kayla Myers, who was 1 for 2 on the day. She has singled and grounded to first base in 2 times. Down at first base, dancing around, Diana Jones, just waiting for the chance to take off. And she will. Talking about that's another great stat our team has had. We have just been really good on the base paths as well. As a matter of fact, Kayla Stevens down at first base is 9 for 9. 9 for 9. 9 attempts. She has been safe all 9 times. And that is a great stat. There's a shot into deep left field. Oh, the left fielder came in too quick. Hits around the top of the glove. We're going to have 1 run in. Kayla's rounding third, and holding up at third safely is going to be Kayla Myers. So 1 run is in. And I hate to say it, but some people might score that a hit. Some people might not. That is, but I would say we're going to have to stick an error on the Andrews left fielder, Marissa Morgan. She just came in a little too quickly. That ball hit her on the top of the glove and wound up against the fence. So another run is in. We lead 5-0 in the bottom of the third. As Courtney Barker is going to be batting now, our starting shortstop. But again, Kayla Myers down at third base with a big RBI. Over in the baseball game next door, our Devils lead Hendersonville 2-0 in the second round of the baseball playoffs. Pitch in for a strike. Again, down at third base, Kayla Myers. Courtney Barker batting, and Kristen Cook is going to be on deck. We have 2 outs, 1 on. There's a high pop-up, shortstop drifting back. Not going to be able to get to it, though. That one's going to drop in for a hit, and our lead goes to 6-0 with Courtney Barker on with a single and an RBI. So we're getting closer to that 10-run magic advantage when the game ends in 5, and the way things are going, I think that's a real possibility now as Kristen Cook is stepping in. Kristen has had a great season pitching and a great season at the plate. Pitch high for a ball as Courtney Barker gets back to first base. Kristen 3 for 3 on stolen bases, but again, she does it all. One of the best hitters on the team as well, hitting .333, 31 RBIs, 8 runs, a home run, 4 doubles, 19 singles. Just to throw out some stats at you. But this team is very, very good. And we've just been going over the stats the last couple of innings to prove why this team is 20-2. As we mentioned, good coaching, good hitting, good defense, good pitching, good base running. It's just a total package that gives teams nightmares. There's a well-hit ball, but the center fielder, pretty good defender out there, chases it down. That's going to be Meredith Wood, and that winds up our third inning. But we got 2 more after 3. It's Swain 6, Andrews 0, with Andrews coming to bat next. Fans, welcome back as our Lady Devils back on defense here. We're in the top of the 4th inning as Andrews is at bat. And they go back to the top of the lineup because so far they have not had a base runner reach base here. It's been 3 up and 3 down, 3 consecutive innings. And now Meredith Wood leads off here in the top of the 4th inning. So don't want to jinx anything, but Kristen Cook is having another one of those games. And these girls have just had a great year pitching this year anyway. Pitch in, missing on the outside corner. Talking about the kind of year we've had. Katie Jo Moss had a no-hitter April 15th against Blue Ridge. Kristen Cook had a shutout against Hiawassee Dam. Then Kristen had a shutout against Hayesville. And then, as you know, in the Smoky Mountain Conference tournament last week, there's a swing and a miss for another strikeout. Kristen had the perfect game in 6 innings against the same Lady Wildcats of Andrews. So she has their number, and there's another strikeout there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts on the day. Only 2 people have even hit the ball in play. And one of those is this girl right here, and that is Tanya Garcia. She popped out to the pitcher. The only other person to have the ball in play was the pitcher, Kilpatrick, who hit a pop-up to the shortstop. Those are the only 2 balls the Andrews team has had in fair play here in now 3+ innings. Pitch in, swing and a miss. Again, Kristen Cook is just rearing back and letting it rip. And Andrews has been behind her pitches all afternoon. They have just not been able to catch up with Kristen Cook's pitches at all. And what's strange, not too many days ago when Kristen had a great game, talking to Coach Toby Burrell, there's another strikeout as Garcia goes down. She actually didn't have one of her best games, but she still had a no-hitter, I believe, in that particular game. I think that was the game against Hayesville when didn't have her best stuff, but hey, it's only a no-hitter. Swing and a miss again, and again I keep hating to beat a dead horse, but Andrews is so far behind the pitches of Kristen Cook today. Next door, our baseball team leading Hendersonville now 3-0. Another swing and a miss. So far, Andrews has gone down 1, 2, 3 every inning. Not even a single base runner so far. And we're in the 4th inning. Another swing and a miss, and hey, it's another 3-up, 3-down inning. 3 more strikeouts here in the 4th for Kristen Cook. Our Lady Devils coming to bat in just a moment. Fans, welcome back. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning now. Our Lady Devils right now in control, 6-0 over the Lady Wildcats of Andrews. So far, it's just been a fabulous outing for our pitching. Kristen Cook has just had a great afternoon. Back at bat, though, there's a hard shot to second base, over to first in time. Leading off here in the 4th, Jordan Barker grounds out to second base. Jordan has had a good day, though. A couple of RBIs already to her credit at the plate this afternoon. Kayla Jones coming up to bat, followed by Kayla Crawley. Again, we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Next door in baseball, 3-0 lead. Our boys over Hendersonville. There's a foul ball. Talking about Hendersonville, they beat East Wilkes 3-2 last Friday in their first-round playoff game, while our guys were pounding Avery 11-1 in 5 innings. We beat Avery, no trouble. Chris White had the win for our baseball team. And right now our guys in control, 3-0 over Hendersonville in the baseball game. And I'll try to take a look at the brackets here in just a few minutes. We have a lot of stats. One thing we're going to be talking about, too, later on is going to be the Bike Across America with the Phyllis Claxton Memorial Scholarship. Hard shot at third base. Good play over to first. Got to give credit where credit is due. That was a great stop over at third base by Reagan Jordan of Andrews, because that ball was hit like a rocket by Kayla Jones. And she has hit a couple. She hit one of the shortstop earlier that had about the same velocity on it. She just rifled it. So 2 down now. And Kayla Crawley is batting. There's a shot. That one's going to be in for a base hit by Kayla Crawley. She is 2 for 3 on the day. So now she's going to go down to second, and they can't get the ball there. So Kayla Crawley is on second base with a stand-up double. So already a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Katie Jo Moss batting now with Diana Jones on deck. But got to give a lot of credit this year to our trainer, Carrie Powell, because she has been so busy. We've had so many injuries on this girls' team. There's a shot that's going to be way back. It's going to bounce into the fence. Another run is in, and standing up at second base easily, that is Katie Jo Moss with a stand-up double. So now our girls are on top 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Katie Jo having a good day. 2 for 3. Diana Jones coming up now. She's 1 for 2 on the day. And Kayla Stevens will be up in just a minute. Let's see if we can get another hit and maybe another RBI. Because with a base hit, these girls run the bases so well. And Toby Burrell really likes to send those girls when they round third base on a base hit. Aggressive base running wins ball games, and that's and we've been doing that all year. And Coach Burrell deserves a lot of credit for that. He is not afraid to send his girls coming around third on a base hit. Fourth inning also on the baseball game, and again the baseball guys winning 3-0. Right now our softball girls winning 7-0 over the Andrews Lady Wildcats. There's a shot fouled on the third base side. So we are both playing teams in red. Hendersonville Bearcats here this afternoon and the Andrews Lady Wildcats. But we do want to tell you that if you'd like to help the Swain County Schools Foundation, you need to donate to the Swain County Public Schools Foundation Bike Across America for the Phyllis Claxton Memorial Scholarship. Her son Steve will raise funds and awareness for this special scholarship fund by riding across America on a bicycle this summer. And the journey will begin in Oregon on the West Coast and will end in Bryson City about 3,800 miles later. And the trip is going to take between 35 and 40 days, and depending on the weather, of course, and conditions along the route. But if you could donate, all the money goes to the Swain County Public Schools Foundation. So any donation will be greatly appreciated. And if you contact the Swain County Schools, I'm sure they can help. Be sure and just contact Bob Marr. He will let you know all the details. 488-3129, 488-3129, extension 229. There's another ball going foul. But I know one thing, Steve better be putting in his training time. That's quite a little bike trip from Oregon to Bryson City. But it's all for a very worthy cause and a very wonderful lady. His mom, the late Phyllis Claxton. I know I had her as a teacher, and a lot of students down through the years did, whether as a PE and gym teacher or health education, and also as a homeroom teacher as well. But Mrs. Claxton had so many friends and still does. We miss her. There's a fly ball. Looks like in play, short left field. It's going to be caught, so the inning will end here on that pop by Diana Jones to left field. But, hey, we got another one in, and our Lady Devils now lead it by a score of 7-0. The fifth inning coming. All right, fans, we're in the fifth inning, and there is a ground ball to second base. Kayla Jones over to first. Wow, that's the first ground ball we've had in the infield all afternoon. And I think everybody said, wow, we got a ball to play here. We've had a couple of pop-ups into the infield. That is the first ground ball, and Kayla played it flawlessly. Reagan Jordan now batting with one down. We're in the top of the fifth inning. We lead 7-0. There's a well-hit ball, but it's foul. And we haven't even seen a whole lot of well-hit foul balls today because now, okay, by the way, got a pitching change. Katie Jo Moss is going to come on in the fifth. As Coach Toby Burrell told us before the game, he said we're going to be pitching both pitchers because we want to get them some work. We want to be sharp throughout the playoffs, and that's good strategy. That is good strategy. Keep the rust worked off the girls' pitching arms, and so far, Kristen Cook has pitched perfectly. And that's no exaggeration. Foul ball. To give you a little update on what's coming up in the softball playoffs, as Coach Toby Burrell told us, we're going to be playing the winner of the Hendersonville-Avery game. Hendersonville playing Avery right now, and we will play the winner of that game. And neither team has had a fantastic record, to be honest with you. Hendersonville 6-14 on the year. Avery 5-11. As you know, we played Avery in the playoffs last year and beat them pretty good, because they had a coach who had Swain County ties, and Coach Sherrill with Avery County. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. This one's for Katie Jo Moss. And the strikeouts just keep on coming. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strikeouts. Katie Jo getting her first one. And that's going to bring up Lindsey Chance to bat now for Andrews. With 2 down, nobody on. Okay, so if we continue to win today, there's a foul ball. Again, we would play the winner of the Hendersonville-Avery game. If we were to win that game, which will be played this Friday,
we probably are going to run into Cherryville next Tuesday, May 20th. If so, that game would be on the road at Cherryville. There's a foul ball. Now Cherryville, they're playing Albemarle today, which should be an easy game. Cherryville is 18-5 and a number 1 seed. They're playing Albemarle, who is 2-18 on the season. If they win that game, they will play Rosman. Rosman, a little better team. They're 11-9 on the season. And if they beat Rosman, again, we would play Cherryville next Tuesday at Cherryville if we win on Friday. And again, I know that's a lot of speculation. That's kind of like filling out your March Madness bracket in basketball. And I know coaches hate that, but fans love it. There's a shot to first base and an easy 1-2-3 inning. Good catch down there as Jordan Barker puts the glove on it. Our Lady Devils are coming to bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Rocking and rolling, our girls are putting the finishing touches right now, we think, on a first-round playoff win over the Lady Wildcats of Andrews. As, again, our pitching and defense has just been stellar here this afternoon against the Lady Wildcats as we bat here on the bottom of the 5th inning with a 7-0 lead. There's a well-hit ball, but it's going to be foul, and it's going to be out of play on the third base side. As looks like Kayla Stevens got a piece of that one, as she hits it foul down the left base side. Following Kayla, we're going to go back to the top of the lineup here on the bottom of the 5th. If we get 3 runs, this game is over. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Over in the baseball game nearby, they're in the 5th inning. It's now Swain 3, Hendersonville 1. That is a second-round state baseball playoff game. There's a well-hit ball. It's going to be in play, and it's going to be in for at least a single down the third baseline. Good shot by Kayla Stevens. So a base runner on. Again, we need 3 to wind it up in 5. Kayla Myers coming to bat. Courtney Barker and Kristen Cook on deck. But taking a look at the baseball playoffs, as you know, we beat Avery 11-1 on Friday, while Hendersonville barely won their game 3-2 over East Wilkes on Friday. There's a well-hit ball by the shortstop. Everybody is holding. Runners on first and second. No out. So another good base hit by Kayla Myers, hitting the ball well today. That's her second hit. She had a well-hit ball earlier that Andrews didn't catch that she got for an RBI. Courtney Barker batting now, coming up. But our baseball guys, if we beat Hendersonville today, we would play at Cherryville on Friday. So it's kind of an odd situation. Our boys would play at Cherryville on Friday. There's a pitch high. Cherryville also a number 1 seed, as our Maroon Devils are as well. So from what I can understand, our baseball team would play at Cherryville on Friday. If our girls keep winning, we would play at Cherryville next Tuesday. So we might have 2 games against Cherryville, baseball and softball. There's a pop fly. It's going to be caught. Little pop up into deep second base. Everybody is going to be holding on there as Courtney Barker hit that little pop to the second baseman there. Before that, she had a big single with an RBI. Kristen Cook batting now for the Lady Devils. Got 2 on, second and third in scoring position with 1 out. And we need 3 to wrap up a shutout win here in the first round of the playoffs. Pitch inside for a ball. Ball gets by. Everybody stays as catcher Tanya Garcia chases it down behind home plate. Kristen Cook has some power. She hit 1 home run this year. Jordan Barker also good power on deck. So let's see if we can get these 2 girls in. There's a high fly center field. Center fielder has it. Everybody is staying. Everybody is going to be staying. Runners on second and third now. 2 out. So let's see what Jordan Barker can do. Kristen has had a pretty good day at the plate with an RBI and a double. Let's see what Jordan can do now. Jordan has 2 RBIs as she had a big first inning with a base hit that knocked in 2. A base hit here probably would do the same thing. So Jordan at the plate. But again, Cherryville on the radar for boys baseball and girls softball if things continue in the winning ways here for softball and baseball. Be sure to check the Swain High website or your Asheville paper and keep an eye on the schedule. Of course, the fans here, the fans that come out to the games, they kind of know the story. They know what's up next and what's down the road. Pitch high to Jordan. Everybody goes back. Got runners on second and third. A base hit would make it a 9-0 game. A home run would end the game. Talking about a walk-off home run, that would do it. And we know that Jordan is capable. Pitch is going to be high, so she's going to be on now with a walk. A walk, and the bases are loaded for Kayla Jones, and she has hit the ball hard today. She hit one by the shortstop. She hit one that the third baseman kind of knocked down, but boy, Kayla has ripped the ball today. Let's see what she does here. Pitch is going to be in for a ball. As you know, the reason we're saying 3 more runs we win, there is a 10-run mercy rule after 5 innings. But hey, if that's not the case, we'll play into the 6th. Foul ball by Kayla. On deck is going to be Kayla Crawley. (3-1) baseball score. Our number 1 ranked baseball team winning. In the softball game, it's a 7-0 softball score. Our girls ranked number 3 in the state. And wanting to go to Walnut Creek in a bad way. Pitch inside for a ball. And Kilpatrick, who had a tough start with 3 walks in the first inning, might be showing signs of tiring a little bit. She settled down and has pitched a pretty good game for the most part since that first inning. There's a shot that's going to be all the way to the fence. Oh, not quite. Getting under it, the center fielder out there with another good catch. Marissa Morgan, good defensive center fielder. So we leave 2 on base, and we're headed to the top of the 6th inning with our girls in front, 7-0. Our Lady Devils 3 runs away from our first-round playoff win here against Andrews this afternoon at Swain County High School's home of the Lady Devils. Pitch inside. Katie Jo Moss on to pitch again here in the 6th. She came on with a 3-up and 3-down 5th inning. Let's see if we can get them the same way in the 6th. So far, it's been 3-up and 3-down every inning. Big swing and a miss. And Katie Jo Moss bringing some good stuff as well, following Kristen Cook, who pitched just some outstanding softball in 4 innings. Not giving up anything, if that tells you anything. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. What else is new? There have been a bunch of those this afternoon. A bunch of strikeouts. And going down there, looks like is Erica Hicks for another one. For the Lady Wildcats, they have not had a base runner. They have had 3 balls in play today, 2 pop-ups in the infield, another ground ball to second base that Kayla Jones got. So, again, Andrews looking for their first base runner today. That's how dominating our pitching has been. Foul ball off the fence. Again, we want to wish the very best for a fast return for Lauren Manley, one of our outstanding players, and returning all Western North Carolina player, and suffering that freak accident with her concussion at Murphy there late in the regular season, and we hope she's going to be back to play real soon. I know she's dying to play, but the doctors say you got to take those concussions seriously, and rightfully so. Swing and a miss, and there's 2 down. So again, Katie Jo Moss picking up right where Kristen Cook left off. Another strikeout. They're starting to add up. I can't even count them all. So far, unofficially, I think that's 12. And I might have missed one. But there have been many. So far, again, nobody has reached base. And we're in the top of the 6th inning. Andrews, foul ball for their pitcher. Kilpatrick now at the plate. She is the bottom of the lineup facing Katie Jo Moss, who has had a really good season. Good 1-2 combination with our pitching with Kristen Cook and with Katie Jo. They are very talented. Pitch high. Kilpatrick went after it. It's another 1-2-3 inning. And Andrews still yet to have a base runner. It's 7-0. Our Lady Devils in control, coming to bat in just a minute. And we're back. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Our Lady Devils back at the plate, and a ball hit foul. Hit sharply as we're getting ready to, again, kind of get the bottom of the 6th inning going here. And our Lady Devils in control right now, 7-0 over Andrews. First round of the State 1A playoffs. Floating pitch by Kilpatrick in, but just missing outside. Kayla Crawley batting. Katie Jo Moss is going to be on deck. Ooh, there's a well-hit ball. That one is going to be, is it just foul? Just foul down the left field side. And that one looked like it might be on the line, but it was just a little bit foul. But again, all our batters have had a good day. Kayla on the day with a single and a double already today. Katie Jo Moss on deck has a single and a double. I think every batter in the lineup has hit safely today and been on base. Everybody, from top to bottom. Again, as we mentioned earlier in the game, we have the bats, we have the pitching, we have the coaching. There's a high pop-up, though. That one's going to be an easy out, number 1, as Kayla goes down there. We just have a lot of weapons. Katie Jo Moss hitting. Diana Jones is coming up on deck, and Kayla Stevens to follow her. And we are also now developing that tradition. We have that tradition that not a lot of teams have, where we have won on a regular basis and expect to win. There's a well-hit ball. It's going to be in the gap between left and center field. Center fielder has it, fires back in to second base, but on with a stand-up double is Katie Jo Moss. She has been on safely 3 times in a row, a single and 2 doubles in her last 3 times, and she's hit the ball well all 4 times here this afternoon. So Katie Jo is now on second with 1 down. Diana Jones on deck. And Katie Jo is going to be given some relief as she is heading out. And coming on to run is going to be Auburn Lowe again. And last time she came in as a pinch runner, she came into second base. So she's coming on, getting it done on the base pass. And she will take off on a heartbeat, too. So the Andrews catcher, Garcia, is going to have to really be on her toes to keep an eye out there on Auburn Lowe at second base. Auburn, another big lead, gets back. So we have a runner on and a 7-0 lead now with 1 down. Over in the baseball game, an update 3-1. Swain over Hendersonville. They're in the 6th inning. Next door of the baseball game, our good friend Perry Schuler calling the game over there as we bring you softball and baseball now on cable television. And our thanks go out to Ken Warner for allowing us that access to bring you Swain High athletics. Foul ball over against the dugout. But again, these girls have done just a fantastic job this season, and a lot of accolades to our softball and baseball teams. Pitch high, everybody hangs tight. So this game's scheduled for 7 unless somebody gets 10 runs after playing 5. And we're on the verge. High pop up again. Third baseman can't handle it. Everybody's going to be safe. I think there was a little confusion over there who was trying to get that ball, whether it was going to be the third baseman or the shortstop. And much to their demise, nobody got it. Runners on first and second now with 1 out. Let's see what a base hit here will do. Pitch in for a ball. Everybody hangs tight. Kayla Stevens, your batter. Kayla got a base hit last time. Pitch in for a ball. So it's really an honor to have a baseball team and softball team such highly ranked in the state, both in the state playoffs, both playing at home. And they deserve your support if you want to come on out. Throw down to third base, not in time. As we mentioned, Auburn Lowe took off, and right behind her, moving into second base, is going to be Diana Jones. Now runners on second and third. So a base hit now could score 2. So let's see what Kayla does. Top of the lineup on deck, and Kayla Myers. So in the lineup, we have Kayla's back-to-back. we have Kayla Stevens and Kayla Myers. And there's a walk, so Kayla Stevens on at first base. Then in the middle of the lineup, we have Kayla Jones and Kayla Crawley. So that is the second time today Kayla Stevens has walked, by the way. So now we go back to the top. Kayla Myers and her Western North Carolina League leading batting average. This one is going to be deep, but it's going to be playable, and the center fielder has it. Runners will tag. Everybody will advance. Our Lady Devils lead is now 8-0, and we have runners on second and third with 2 out. And a base hit would end this game. Let's see if we can knock these girls in and make it a 6-inning ball game. Courtney Barker, hard shot. It's going to be getting through. Here comes the runner rounding third, and this should wind it up, and that is a couple of RBIs that should make it a ball game. That's 3 runs here in the 6th inning, and our Lady Devils are going to win it 10-0 over the Lady Wildcats of Andrews. Fans, it's a first-round state playoff win. Our girls in the groove. Stay tuned. We'll be back with a post-game show coming up. Back, everybody. Our Lady Devils winning here 10-0 over Andrews in the first round of the state playoffs. Joining us is Brooke Bowers. And, Brooke, I tell you, you girls just keep winning every time out. Is it easier, or is the playoffs make it a little harder for you, you think?
Well, tonight, since it was a conference game, we were used to Andrews, and it was, I guess, easier or the same as conference, but we're hoping it'll get a little harder, tougher.
Yeah. Now, I know you have another playoff game coming up Friday. It'd be nice to play here at home every time, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Home field advantage.
Yeah. Now, what is it about these girls? I mean, you just go out there and you play with so much confidence, and you make it look so easy. What do you think there is about these girls that make it look good like that?
We've played together since we were young, and I think we've all just went through the motions so many times. We just know what's going to happen, and we can count on each other to have our back if something happens.
Yeah. Now, would you rather play here at home, or is it fun going on the road from time to time? How do you girls feel about that, or does it matter either way?
I think we like playing at home better just because our fans are here, and it's our field, and we feel more comfortable.
Yeah. So you still got it in the back of your mind. You want to go back to Walnut Creek, huh?
Definitely.
Yeah. I know Coach Burrell is going to kill us for talking about that, because I know we have to take them one game at a time. But the good thing is we play again Friday. So you girls already looking forward to that one?
Definitely.
Hey, well, keep up the good work, and hey, we'll be talking more as the season goes on.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Brooke. All right, where did Kayla go? I know she's here somewhere. Kayla Jones is behind us here. These girls are becoming actually veterans of the microphone. So, Kayla, another big game. I tell you, you hit 2 balls out there that were just like rockets, one at the shortstop and one at the third baseman. So you had the bat on the ball today.
Yeah, I have a hard time hitting slow pitching, but we worked on it a lot yesterday in practice to make sure that we could hit it. So a lot of hard work put into trying to hit it 1 ball. It was really hard to do for me.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, everybody on the lineup reached base safely today, so everybody hit the ball well, and it's hard to get this bunch of Lady Devils out, isn't it? Because you girls just hit the ball.
Yeah, it's one thing that we try to take at least an hour of practice every day to at least hit some. So it's mainly practice is all we do. We're never really lucky, just all practice.
Hey, that's it. You work hard, and the results pay off, though, because you can see the results when you keep winning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we've talked about the playoffs and before, another playoff win here today. Now, you're a veteran. You've been in the playoffs like every year because you've been doing this for 4 years. So does every game get more fun every time you come out?
Every game's more fun, and it's just the chemistry we have in everybody. It's just how we've grown from being a freshman to a senior, and how our underclassmen have stepped up to become what they are.
Yeah. Now, of course, you want this season to keep going as long as possible, right?
That's right. It's my senior year. We got to go as far as we want to our goal, Walnut Creek, and then even more, getting that ring that we wanted.
Okay. Now, you're going to be back at home on Friday, and as we asked Brooke, it's good playing at home, isn't it?
It's really good. We always have a great crowd out, and even whenever we go away, we have a great crowd. But when we play here, it's just the best chemistry you can ever play in.
Yeah. Well, you girls keep up the good work so we can talk more after the wins every time, okay?
All right.
All right. Thanks, Kayla. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Toby Burrell coming up to join us now. Again, first-round playoff win, 10-0 shutout over the Lady Wildcats of Andrews. And, Coach Burrell, I know a big win, and according to my unofficial stats, another perfect game for your pitching staff because no Andrews hitter reached base.
Yeah, that's something we talked about going in, is not being a stress. We just want to take care of getting outs and putting people down, and we were able to do that. But that's always nice, to come away. And I thought Kristen pitched really well. Her velocity was good. Katie Jo pitched well. Her velocity was good as well. And I thought they pitched good, well overall, and the results certainly showed.
They really did. It seemed like Andrews hitters were behind our pitching all day because they just never caught up to our fastballs all afternoon.
Yeah, we were throwing a lot of breaking stuff. I think that fooled them a little bit. But, a lot of times with slow pitches, or fast pitch, rather, it's a lot different than baseball. When you say breaking pitch in baseball, you're thinking off speed. But really the breaking pitch and fast pitch speeds up as much as a fastball. And it's difficult because it's got some movement on it and it fools you. And they were so far back in the box that the curve really had them kind of loopy, to be honest with you, as to what they needed to try to do to hit it. And so we kind of had them on their heels all day. But I think we kind of got in their head at the tournament when Kristen pitched the perfect game up there. And I think that was sort of weighing on their mind a little bit coming into this one. And we were a little surprised that they didn't bunt a little bit more than what they did. They only attempted one. But, we're pleased with the results. And the biggest thing that we keep talking about is we play again.
Yeah. Now, in the playoffs, is it tougher to play a conference team that we've played sometimes 2 or 3 times, or is it tougher to play a team you really don't know much about as you get deeper into the playoffs?
Well, I think it's tougher right now to play a team that we've seen a lot. Yeah. They know what we're about. We know what they're about. There's no secrets. They know who the hitters are, where they hit, and so forth and so on. And we had a pretty full dossier on them in terms of their hitters and what they did against us and so forth. So I think that's a little tougher right now than going in cold against a team, which we get to do Friday night either way. Whether it's Hendersonville or Avery, it'll be somebody we haven't seen. So, and I think for our players anyway, that sort of spices things up. It's not the monotony of, it's the same team we beat. Yeah. 2 or 3 other times. So I think it'll be good for us to see a different team and adjust accordingly.
Well, Coach, good luck. I know these girls just keep on winning now, 21-2, I think, and the tradition just keeps growing. This is an outstanding program you have.
Well, thank you. It's something we've talked about from day one 7 years ago when I started this. We didn't talk about a softball team. We talked about a softball program. Yeah. And as I tell these guys many, many times throughout the year that the things they do wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the people who come before them, and that they're laying the foundation for the people who are going to come after them. So we're very cognizant of it being a program and the results, and they're proud of that. And I think it carries over to our alumni. They're very proud of what we've done, and you see a lot of them coming around and checking out our games, and that's good that they care enough about us to come back, and that we give our nods to them, and that they're responsible for us being where we are. So it's great. It's fun to be a part of this right now, and hopefully we can keep going.
All right. Fans, coming up, we play at home again on Friday. Our Lady Devils will be right back here at Swain County High School. Round 2 of the State 1A playoffs. Congratulations to head coach Toby Burrell and our Lady Devils. 10-0 winners over Andrews this afternoon. Join us again for more softball right here on cable television.